Hello and welcome to another Tower of God video. And today we'll be talking about whether you should summon for Yama or should you summon for the Lady Special Summon banner that came out, right? And gives another review on Yama. Yeah, keep in mind I have him rainbowed. If you want the proof, he is rainbowed and ready to go. I've been experimenting on him to see whether he's good or not. And I'll make a review on him later, but he's a little. If you want the short answer, skip. But we'll have to see a little bit. But right now, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. But today's gonna be whether you should summon on the Lady Valentines banner or if you should summon on the Yama banner. Now, before we even get started, I'm gonna let you all know right now, and I mean this at the bottom of my heart. These two are trap banners. They're very much trap banners, right? I would if you want to know the answer, and if you have Kaiser maxed and you have you have a damage healing maxed, and you have Summer Yihua or you have Albelda, I would just skip, right? But since everybody's account is different, some people are dolphins, some people are missing crucial characters, some people have the resources to spend and summon for a banner, and if you can't control yourself and you want to summon, then this is the video for you, right? So the thing about Yama, I'll start with Yama and then I'll go with the girls banner first, right? The thing about Yama himself, very quick before I do my review, is that he dies very quickly. And dies very quickly. But when he works really, really well. And his kit is like theoretically really good, but if you use him on the Mago set, which was kind of made for him, he dies instantly. And when it comes to the Bari set is the best out of all of them, and Bari set helps him. But a lot of the times, like once the Bari set ends and you weren't able to kill the majority of the units you're fighting, Yama will just die if he doesn't ult right after the Bari set is over. So you're basically stuck in a situation with Yama where he'll tank really well when Bari's there, but then once Bari's gone and he doesn't ult, is gone. Like he's gone. He's done, right? But when he works really well, but he's not a necessity unit. Which brings me to the Lady Special banner and Valentine's banner, because there are units in here that I think hold more value or better value than Yama. So we'll go over them and I'll let you know what by the way, this is my personal opinion. Okay, I don't feel like I need to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. This is my personal opinion. But I have, as you can tell, I have all of these units rainbowed and ready to go. So I've used them extensively, all of them. Like I've known them, I've used them all of them. So let you know what I think. I'll start off with them one by one. Some of them I won't spend as much time as others, but you know, we'll see. But Yurang is a good unit to have, but not a must-have unit. But they are pretty solid. I'll rate them out of like needed to like a 10 being like a must-have unit and a 0 to being like a 0 unit. I'll rate them like an 8, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. It'll be good to have, but not an emergency. Same thing with like Yuri, like SSR plus Yuri, where she has a really cool mechanic where she just bombs the whole field. But if she doesn't bomb the whole field, she does kind of struggle a lot after. I made a review on her too, so if you want to see, you know, just shameless plug. But I think she's a really good unit, but I don't think she's a must-have unit. But she's a very good unit, and if you need a damage dealing yellow unit, then I guess Yuri will do the job, but it's not a must-have unit. Also, like a 7.5, 8 out of 10, right? This unit, Mommy Mashni, she is good, but white is better. So in all honesty, I wouldn't summon for her because she's been replaced by white. The only way I can see her getting a resurgence is if they improve her revolutionary, but if they buff her revolutionary stuff, which might be in a couple months, we'll see. I don't even know if they'll even touch her. But she does a lot of damage, but white is just better as a damage dealing unit for purple, so I wouldn't really summon on her. And because she's got direct competition, I'll rate her like a 6-7 unit to have. Yvonne Kell, even with the revolution, she doesn't really seem that much stronger. A lot of her skills are just outdated. If you're a new player, most of them already have her like rainbow, so I guess if you need a carry and there is no other red carry that you have that's close to being rainbowed, I guess Yvonne Kell is a good unit to have, but there are like 50 other red units that are just as strong or maybe even stronger, right? And even in the SSR, there's some very useful SSR red units that they can carry a lot of the time. So I wouldn't really call Ivankel a must-have unit. And I think she's weaker than Yuri and she's weaker than Yurang. So I think I'll rate her the same as Mashni with like a 7 out of 10, maybe 6. I don't think she's that much needed. Now, he comes a big girl right here. Albelda is so good. I think on my top rankings, I think I rated Albelda third best unit of 2024. And that's for a good reason because Albelda is broken. Albelda is actually broken. Like, you need to have Albelda on your team. If you don't have Albelda on your team and you have enough resources to get Albelda and one more other unit that I'll get to later are like must-have units. And Albelda is just so strong. Like, Albelda will carry you anywhere. Like, Albelda, she stops, she heals. I don't forget she heals, but she gives energy. She buffs attack. She protects you off skills. And she links with the most. Yeah, no, Albelda is a must-have unit. Like, you need to have Albelda. I'm not gonna lie. I would not be where I am without her. So Albelda is a must-have unit. Albelda is like a 10 to 10 must-have unit. So if you have the thing about this game, and I will tell this to you right now, is that you either rainbow the unit or you don't touch it at all. Okay. So if you're gonna go for Albelda, make sure that's the unit that you're aiming for. It's better for you to rainbow a unit than for you to be like one green Albelda and then you get her to like red 2. And then but that's not as good as getting a unit, and with a few exceptions of course, than getting a unit that's like almost rainbowed and then you don't rainbow them because you get so much buff off of the rainbow from the 500 energy, the revolution. That alone makes a unit completely different a lot of the times. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about units. The Albelda is a 10 to 10 unit, but you should probably aim for a rainbow with Albelda. Right? But yeah, next unit. We got Data Mashni. This unit right here. Data Mashni is, you don't really need to rainbow Mashni because she's the whole thing is invincibility, and the more she's invincible, she does her job, right? The only thing that you're really getting off of Mashni when she's rainbowed is more damage, but you know, like, I think if you get one copy of her, you'll be fine. I had one copy of Data Mashni for like the longest time, and even her rainbow now didn't really impact my count that much. It's nice to have, obviously, but Data Mashni does her job perfectly fine as a tank in one dude because she's invincible with her passive. So yeah, you don't pick Data Mashni. Unless if you're a collectionist and you want to rainbow everything, I guess. But I would rate Data Mashni is like one of the least units to get, so I'll rate her like a 2 out of 10. Even though she's better than like Ivankel, and she's as the role that she fills, she's better than her adult counterpart, Mommy Mashni. But Data Mashni, you don't need dupes, so don't summon for her. Kaiser, who I think was like top 5 on my 2024 list. If you don't have a carry, you don't have white rainbowed, then Kaiser's here. You need a carry, get Kaiser. Kaiser's a great carry. I still use Kaiser to this day. A great unit, not the most broken unit as I used to compared to like a year ago, but the value that Kaiser has is really impactful. And out of all these units, the unit that you want to carry or help you out the most in terms of damage would be Kaiser. So there's that. Ooh, Garam is an interesting choice because Garam is so useful. Right? So if you need to have a all-rounder support and you already have some Ihua and you have Albelda and you need a third carry support, Garam is the one. And don't sleep on supports because supports will always last you for a very long time. It's like, let's say you have 4 teams. One team you'll have Albelda, one team you'll have some Ihua, and then you need like another one for the third team. Then the Garam will be good because Garam gives energy. She does a decent amount of damage too based on like what set you have. And then also she has the same mechanic as Awakened Rack or like Kun, like the purple Kun, the OG Kun, where she can like hide an enemy. So you're, instead of doing a 5v5, you're doing a 4v5. Instead of 5v5, you're doing a 5v4. Whoa, I'm losing my mind. So the enemy will have one less member, making it a lot easier for you to be able to finish the round. And she gives energy and she buffs attack like crazy. Garam is good. The only thing about Garam that makes her a little bit weaker than Sama Ihua and Belda is she doesn't really protect the team. she just supports the team. So she is more prone to dying than Albelda and Samihua, but Garam is just so good. Like Garam is like a 9 out of 10 or like an 8.5 out of 10. If 9 out of 10 if you don't have a support and you need the support and you're closer to Rainbow and Garam than you are to Samihua or Albelda, but yes, so Garam is very good. You should really aim for these three units, right? Some Ihwa, Garam, and some Albelda. Now, Ren is an interesting unit because Ren is actually really, really good with Summon Ihwa. But if you don't have Summon Ihwa, I would summon on Ren. He had revolutionary buffs a few days ago. I mean, literally yesterday, sorry. And I made a video about it. So if you want to check that out, shameless plug, I know. But he or she, I mean he has a male counterpart and a female counterpart, so I guess I'll just like whatever. But Ren is very, very strong, but I don't think he's broken. And also his revolutionary buff, I need to experiment more with it, but so far I don't feel it as much as I would like. But he does feel a little bit stronger than he did before, than compared to in the past. But I don't think he is strong enough to validate you summoning for Ren, unless if you really love green and you have some equal rainbow and you need a green carry, then Ren is a good carry for that. But I don't think Ren is a must-have unit. Obviously it depends on your account, but yes, if you need a green carry and you have some equal and you need like a way to push through the green floors on trials or just push floors in general, then Ren's a good for that. But I still think that Kaiser is a better unit in general, whereas Ren is really good specifically with some Mayihua and Dorsey, like Summer and Dorsey. Same thing with Yuri, apart from the fact that Yuri doesn't work as well with Summer and Dorsey because Yuri is a physical unit, whereas Summer and Dorsey debuffs Magic Shred or magic, I think it's Magic Resistance or Magic Shred, but it's something to do with magic. So, but also Yuri's buffs is mostly surrounded around the fact that she does more pierce, and then she also gets a buff based on if the enemy debuffs her defense, which is really specific and really weird. But I think Yuri is also super niche in the uses that she would have. I don't think it's really worth getting her because I think that she's very niche in, like, you use her if like the attack is really annoying against like a blue unit, like blue annoying attacking unit, you know, things like that. But I don't think that Yuri's gonna I haven't used Yuri a lot recently, and even with the buffs weren't strong enough for me to validate summoning for her, right? Obviously, it depends on your account. Again, I keep saying that, but you know. And then we have Summer Ihwa. Summer Ihwa was like number 4 on my list. But honestly, Summer Ihwa and Albelda can be switched. Like, you can switch Albelda and Summer Ihwa. Maybe sometimes I think Summer Ihwa is better than Albelda. Sometimes I think Albelda is better than Summer Ihwa. It just depends on like my mood and my team. But they're very strong support. Summer Ihwa protects your team. So Summer Ihwa will come in and they'll support your team, makes them invincible at Rainbow 5. Before Rainbow 5, Ihwa is like a good unit, or a very good unit, like an 8.5 out of 10. But with her revolutionary 5, she becomes really, really strong. So with some Ihwa, you really want to rainbow her, and I think some Ihwa carries teams heavy. So Abelda will make your damage dealer do more damage, right? Which makes it so that like the damage dealer, like why just shreds every single enemy before they can do anything. Whereas some Ihwa protects your team from the enemy. Whereas, so think of it like some Ihwa is more defensive and Abelda is more offensive, right? Abelda will link up with your damage dealer. The damage dealer would like theoretically just trash everything, and then that's it. Whereas whatchamacallit, some Ihwa is like protects your whole team, makes them invincible, kind of like Evan, right? So yeah, that's the tea. But essentially, just to summarize, Yama is good, but not a must-have unit. You can skip him if you really, really want to. Even if you have your rainbow or you try to invest with him, you're not really gonna feel that much of a difference because he dies a lot and he needs the help to survive. But when he survives, he's good. But there are better units in this team that's better to aim for, like Samihua, like Abelda, like Kaiser, and like Garam, right? It depends on your account. For example, if you already have Samihua and if you have Albelda and you have Samihua and you have Kaiser, in all honesty, you can just save your tickets. You don't have to summon for Garam, right? Like if you should only really summon this banner if you're really missing a unit, because for the most part this banner and the Yama banner are traps. So either way, that's the video. I appreciate you guys for watching. I think the next video I'm going to make is the Yama video, but like I still need to use him a little bit more before I can make my final judgment. But like I said before, he's just like his webtoon counterpart. He just takes L's all the time, just like the webtoon. No. But yeah, have a good one.